Joey's back with the bonus show, mic in hand. From the Ruck Infringement, he's got the plan. Hayden and Adrian from the Bump Up Podcast crew, joining forces, this is how we do. It's a bonus episode, you're in for a treat. When these three talk footy, no one can compete. Halfway through the season, it's time to unpack the highs, the lows, the big hits and cracks. So hit that play and take your seat. It's Bump Out and Rock and the vibes elite. Joey, Hayden, Adrian, what a feat. This footy bonus is can't be beat.
Legends, welcome back to another episode of the Ruck Infringement Podcast. This is a mid-season review, a really bonus episode this week. Joining me, some special guests today.
Very
the boys
special.
from the Bump Out Podcast, Hayden and Adrian. How are we, lads?
Good, mate. Thank you for having us.
Mate, what a pleasure. Good to be here finally, mate.
I know, off 2 wins too. I think the best thing was...
Well, 3 wins. He had the bye.
We had a bye, exactly.
Positive.
That's right.
There you
Positive,
go.
yeah. If you guys versus someone you may have lost, I think it might have been a bit more negative than that. But
mate, nah.
we're finally coming on with a win. I think we're very happy with that.
And can I just say, mate, this black jersey you're
Thank
rocking,
you.
if you can see it on the YouTube,
Have a
this
look.
black jersey. Now, I'm not a Bronx fan by any stretch, but when I saw that on the weekend, oh my God.
Yeah, I thought the same.
I was erect.
The
I
All,
thought the same.
the All Blacks versus Argentina on the
I actually
weekend.
still am erect. Is that weird?
It was
Oh, sorry.
on this couch too.
You sit next to him.
There's
That's
a
why.
few guys around here. Yeah. I think they said it was the first time that the actual NRL logo has been blacked out.
Wow.
So the only with the first jersey to have only the Black Dog Institute on both sides as the white marker, obviously the number on the back. So I think it's for commentators and obviously selling point and
I love it.
Yeah, it was really good.
And if you can't see us, we're doing exactly the same thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Well,
right.
now that I've introduced you guys, do you want to tell people where they can find you, all your social medias and things like that?
Yeah, so bumpout.podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as usual. You can follow our YouTube as well. Our NRL episode gets uploaded weekly to there.
too.
Supercoach, not as much. Adrian's our Supercoach expert here.
Supposedly.
Yeah, so he's
Supposedly.
lock and loads we do weekly as well, and which are 3 best players, you'd say, or best
3
purchases of the week.
Yeah.
3 best trades, yep.
Yeah,
How'd you go this week, mate? What score?
Yeah, pretty good.
pretty good.
1384.
Cute. 1509.
Ooh,
Very nice.
Captain.
Captain Colin Matungi.
Yeah,
Oh, very
beautiful.
good.
There's
Did
the
you have
difference.
Sharp?
There's the difference.
I had Sharp.
Jerome
I
Hughes?
had Jerome Hughes.
Oh,
And
nice.
Captain Colin Matungi.
Oh,
Beautiful.
so you've had everyone that we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Yeah, good listening.
Nah. But
We
yeah,
missed
I
the
did
drinky
copy
boat.
it for most of them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
we've missed the drinky, but
Yeah, very nice.
That's exactly what you've done exactly what we wanted.
Exactly,
It's gone
yeah,
third,
yeah.
second, first.
There you go.
Good.
Fair. It's good stuff.
Love it, boys. All right, well, let's get into it. This is a bonus episode where we're going to go a bit through a mid-season review of the season so far, 2025. We'll give some teams that have impressed us, teams that have disappointed, some surprise packets, and just whatever else we can find. So let's kick it off with teams that have impressed us so far. Now, it's been a weird year. It's been a very, very strange season. If you had told me last year that the Bulldogs, Raiders, and Warriors were the top 3, I would have laughed in your face. Boys, teams that have impressed you so far, you want to start us off, Hayden?
One of them, Warriors. For
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
the star power that they have, the way the halves are linking up, Chanel and Metcalf. Like, I think that was the biggest worry coming into this year.
Yep.
SJ leaving. No one even speaks about that.
No.
SJ leaving into, is Tamari Martin going to be there? Obviously, Sam Healy's coming up as
Vanilla
well.
Blake left
Oh,
as well.
and then you have Chanel playing the way he is. We've had the 5/8 of the year chat already.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit premature, but where with Dally M going behind closed doors 2 weeks ago, they're doing so well. I think their forwards as well, the young forwards, Vaimunga. Is it
Vaimunga,
Vaimunga. I'm trying to say it
Halasima?
properly. Halasima.
Halasima's been
Trying
good.
to have some of our mates, our Māori mates, trying to get us to say it properly.
Yeah, we're getting grilled for
Those
it.
young
but-
guys are really good. Losing Barnett as well. See how they go. But our boy Aaron Clark. That's our
yeah.
We're going to get to a few of the things later on. We won't spoil it, but
Yeah.
the way they've been playing, it's so exciting. It's so good to get on board too.
Yeah, it's been really good. Now, Adrian, without bias, what team has impressed you so far, mate?
I'm actually not going to go the Bulldogs as to surprise everyone. I'm actually going to go the Canberra Raiders, mate.
Very nice.
The
very
Canberra
nice.
Raiders. So I think they are actually, the biggest surprise packet, and they've also their forward pack, mate. It has stepped up. We knew even in the preseason that they had an elite forward pack, even with in regards to depth.
Yeah.
But we've seen them I think, even just explode. So their outside backs, I've always said I thought they were a couple of years away from a premiership, but the way that their young guns are firing and even their halves, with Jamal Fogarty obviously moving on next year, I think he'll have a point to prove, towards the end of the pointy end of the season, mate.
Yeah, 100%. They're two great shouts. Look, I can throw the Dogs in there. Storm are there, but they're always there.
Yeah.
I think one for me that's really impressed me, who is they're flying under the radar a little bit. Start of the year it was the Broncos. Now it's the Dolphins.
Yeah.
It's the Dolphins. After that 50-point win, it moved them into the top 8. I actually was really impressed with them earlier in the year. They beat Penrith, beat Storm in consecutive weeks, and they looked really, really good. The Dolphins, for me, I think they can get there. I think they can play finals footy for the first time in their history. So it'll be really good if they do. Boys, let's go on the other side now. Teams that have disappointed us so far. Adrian, you want to start us off this time?
Mate, I think I'm gonna start with the Brizzy Broncos, to be honest with you. Obviously we could go with the teams like down the bottom of the ladder, but I think the Broncos, we have such a high standard for what Brisbane can deliver, and what they have so far has personally disappointed me. And I'm not even a fan of the Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah.
So a little bit of bias towards me, mate, here, but I just think for the experienced halves that they have, they look like a young team who have been rattled by a lot of things that happened during the games, and I don't think they bounce back.
It's been interesting to talk about Madge and being too tough on the players, and like as a fan yourself, what do you make of that? Like, do you think there's some truth to that, or do you think like are the players too soft? Like, what's going on?
I think it's something to do with the players.
Yeah.
I think we talked about, I think the first few weeks we were talking about Madge and how hard he was. In the press conference, he was like, I'm still learning about my players.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've beaten the Titans now.
Yeah.
What else have you done? Like, I need to see something else in the last 7 weeks. You've got the 2 points from the bye, and that's about it. You're losing games that you're in front, and you're also losing the tight ones, which I hate.
Yeah.
Canberra have flipped it around. The Warriors are just dominating, and we've taken all the form away from everyone else. Or we've given our form to them, and we've taken their bad form. It just feels like I don't know what's going on, and I don't know how they're going to fix it.
Start of the season, I actually had Broncos to finish third. Put 50 on my chooks, and I thought, "Fuck, Broncos are coming!" Like this is the year of the Bronc. Yeah, it has dropped off. Of course, Ben Hunt injury hasn't helped.
Yeah.
Ezra Mann back, he's looked okay in past 3 games. But a team that I think has really disappointed me that I want to talk a bit about is the Newcastle Knights, and only in the sense of I know they're always around that 8th, 9th position, but only in the sense of they have one of my favourite players, Kalen Ponga. And now Kalen Ponga is a fantastic player, but this year has not hit the heights. But for some reason, still gets rep honours, still does all that, but he's just not there where he needs to be at Newcastle.
It's just a Queenslander. I think that's what he is. We've talked about this a few times, and last year, obviously we don't have the listens and the viewership, but we've said Ponga may be better somewhere else, and
100%.
I think you might be in the jersey.
I am.
So and especially when Teddy wasn't performing, that was the way I think he should go. I think that spark that obviously Sam Walker brought, Brandon Smith brought, and now he's gone. Where else is your spark? Losing Swaliti and Manu, like you think just Ponga's going to be the way to go. Maybe even it's silly to say now, but Teddy to 6. Obviously at the moment they've got Sam Walker back this week, who's just been named.
Yeah.
But Adrian and I have tinkered with Ponga to the Roosters or Ponga away. Are they better without Ponga? Then he comes back last week. They play just as bad.
Yeah.
But then, he doesn't play last week. They play just as bad. And I think that just shows it's a bit worse than just Ponga.
Don't you think that they haven't had the correct halves there at the Knights?
100%.
Yeah.
On our pod for months, I've been saying the best half in that club is Jackson Hastings.
Yeah.
Finally been named this week at 6 to play to take on the Chooks.
Yeah.
Not going to help him, but he is the best half in the club. And unfortunately, you need to, whatever's going on, like it doesn't matter if you're fighting with the coach, put it behind you.
Bite the bullet.
You want the best player on the field. It's the same with DCE at Manly. Okay. Yes, he's leaving. He's leaving at the end of the season. He's still your best half in the club at the moment.
Yeah.
You got to play him every week. He's still your best half. He's your co-captain. Like it was like Queensland dropping him. Like it made no sense to me. I get that Dearden's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
But for me, like DCE still has so much to offer, and I think the Queensland team, there were other positions that I think were probably more detrimental that could have went, but we won't get into Origin chat.
Yeah, let's not.
We'll save that for another night.
We'll do that another time.
But yeah, I think with the Knights, it's been disappointing because I had really high hopes for them. Fletcher Sharp is such a good player.
Yeah.
And he needs to be the fullback of that club.
You
that's
think
what,
so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I think he's got to be the fullback. He's not a 6.
Let me throw
for
something else at you then. Don't you think that the teams that are predominantly at the top of the ladder,
Yep.
what they can do is they can control the ruck speed, mate. What necessarily do you need a good forward pack, but you also need a good 9 to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I have said for 15 rounds that I think Jaden Brayley needs to start in a 9, and Phoenix Crossland is more suited to that utility, ideally, but he could play 13.
Yep.
We come out this
started
week,
him,
and that's
yeah.
exactly how it's been
Crazy.
named.
And Matt Croker in the forward pack.
In the
and
forward
he brings
pack.
the energy every week.
So he brings that quick play the ball. Brayley's the one to take advantage of that quick ruck. And who's going to benefit from that, mate?
The
Fletcher
halves.
Sharp.
And the halves.
Fletcher Sharp
give
and
him
the
space
halves.
at the back.
I'm
Exactly,
excited
and
to
space
see
at the back,
Crossland at 13 this week. I think Radley's going to carve him up, so it's going to be good.
There'll be 15 penalties between them, but
Yeah, exactly. Boys, let's jump into a couple of surprise packets so far in 2025. Hayden, you got any for us?
Yeah, Adrian's gone to one of the least, what were we saying, the most disappointing, the Broncos. I'm going to give him his flowers in the Dogs. I think the way Adrian, we're biased, but we also understand and we try and look from it from an outside perspective. Especially when we do our ladder, we were saying, the Dogs could drop out. The Dogs could come into the 4. Don't see them top 2, but they could drop out of the 8. They were our team. We were talking in our, I think we have them both. We both had them at 6th.
yeah, it was
On our
around
ladder
that, between that
predictions.
5th and 6th
So
position.
to be coming first and dominating the way they are, shout out to the Broncos game in the wet.
100%.
They've just been so impressive. The players they've got as well. Critter standing up. I listened to the podcast today. Shout out to good friends Matty Johns and Cooper Johns.
Yes.
They were saying, I think you know them
Close
as well.
friends of the
Good
podcast.
friends too.
Yeah.
Very good friends.
They were saying that Critter wasn't even considered from Serraldo. Wasn't even considered as captain until he came in straight to Army camp, and he won the captaincy from there.
Wow.
So imagine having that much of a leader. Where a lot of the people complain about the Army camps.
Yeah.
He comes in and leads a new side. That just shows.
You can see the influence he's had around the playing group, and I think it's just that influence. Like, he doesn't score all the tries.
No.
He's not flashy, but he has that influence on the team. Whenever there's a try scored against him, he's the one talking.
It's the energy.
He's bringing the energy all the time. I think that's a fantastic shout. Even at Origin level, you seen what he's doing at New South Wales. He's leading from the front again. Yeah, look, the Dogs, they're absolutely flying. Mate, you got a surprise packet for us?
Surprise packet was actually, I'm going to go the Storm.
Ooh.
So for me,
Surprised?
that they're not, that they're a bit poorer than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
Inconsistency is not a word that we refer to at the Storm, I suppose.
Yeah.
But this year, mate, they have lost to the Dragons. And I just think, the way that they're performing, I actually thought that they would be better than they are. Everyone had them as premiership favourites. Admittedly, yes, when they're on, they are probably the best team in the comp.
Yeah.
But defensively, I think this year especially, and their ill discipline is something that we haven't seen in the last few
Shout out
years.
Trent Leora.
Yeah. I think at home, they're a completely different beast. At Amy Park, you don't want to take Melbourne on at Amy Park. But
No.
anywhere else, you're 100% right. The inconsistency that I've seen this year, even against the Cowboys last week, they only beat them by 12 points.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
Well, they ended up
30
30,
to 14.
38.
Nah,
I think it was
38.
They pulled
They
away.
pulled away late, but it kind of flattered them
Yeah,
quite
but
a
that's
bit.
what they've been doing. Like, they're late, and you can see Bellamy is spewing every time. I mean, that's Bellamy for you.
Yeah.
But every time in the coach's box, as soon as the opposition score, he's straight into him. Their best game was against the Tigers at 64-0, but no, you're
Do you
exactly
think it's
right.
very fair, though, for us to be saying we're disappointed in them because they have such a high standard? I think our standard of them is like 9.8 out of 10 every week. So when they give us a 7,
I think it's
but they're
definitely
still
fair.
winning.
I think
Yeah.
it's fair. I think it's a
still
compliment.
fair.
I think it's a compliment
so
to
it's
them.
a compliment that we have such a high standard,
100%.
not that we're disappointed
Like
in them.
we're
right.
sitting here a Bulldogs,
Yeah.
Broncos, and a Rooster supporter, and we're
Still
saying
the
Storm should win the
need to
comp.
be better. Yeah,
Like,
We're just trying to make the 8, mate. All right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Struggling over there.
Have you
Struggling
seen the
over there in
Broncos
the heart
coming
of
up?
Bondi.
The draw, we won't win another game.
Raiders have the best draw on the run home.
Raiders.
They've still got their three
yeah.
three buys.
Oh, yeah.
Recently as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got the 3 buys.
They're still
Yeah.
got 3
They're in front
buys.
of you
They'll
by
win the minor
points.
premiership, mate.
They're in front
They'll
of you
win the
just
minor
because of the
premiership.
buys.
Yeah. They got a pretty
wow.
good run home.
Yeah.
But surprise packet for me. Interesting one. It's really hard. I started the season, I had Sharks to actually win the comp
Yeah.
this year.
Okay.
They've really dropped off for me. They've gone into the disappointing barrel. Just based on their past 2 performances, 40-point loss against the Wars, 40-point loss against the Roosters with Origin stars out.
Yeah.
It's not good enough for a team like Cronulla. But surprise packet for me, I'm actually saying the Warriors. I know you said them as your most impressive.
Yeah.
For me, they've been the biggest surprise packet because I did not expect them to be top 4.
Definitely
Raiders, okay, I can see it. Storm, always thereabouts. Dogs, I had in my 4 this year, but the Warriors, no. I gave them no hope of making the top 4.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. I think they're actually the best 80-minute performance team in the comp. Like
They've
they
been
are
really
relentless from minute 1 to minute 80. You cannot clock off.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of frustrating because they're so likable. And someone I didn't bring up as well, I forgot Fisher Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing the values, and he's been in and out of the comp.
Good try on the weekend.
Oh, it's just
Straight through the middle.
it's just so good. It's so good to watch, and their fans, I feel like they're such good fans, but at the same time, the Doggies and Canberra are just as good. So it's probably one of my favourite years, bad as we're going, one of my favourite years to watch NRL at the moment.
I completely agree. And that's what it's about, the fan bases. I mean, Penrith have a great fan base, but they've dominated for too long now. So
Yes.
it's nice. It's nice to see.
It's nice to see them lose
They were
sometimes, isn't it?
getting used to it. I think they were saying, like, a lot of the fans were like, "Oh, why aren't we winning?" It's like, you're not even watching them when they're losing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you can't just be watching premierships and going, "We should be winning."
I work in childcare, and a lot of the young 4-year-olds, all they've known is Penrith.
Penrith,
So we
yeah.
all support them, and I'm like, hey, a couple of weeks ago, I said, Penrith are coming last.
Yeah.
Do you still support them, or you support the Dogs now?
Yeah.
You know, they'll all jump off soon. That's it for our surprise packet. Boys, let's talk Rookie of the Year. Now, interesting one. To classify as a rookie, I think they've only had to play less than 5 games, I believe it is.
Yeah.
So do you have a rookie so far this year?
We do. We've discussed this quite a bit. Can we get yours first?
Yes,
Yeah,
sure.
let's get yours because I think we're going to have the same
We're kind
answer.
of on the same boat, and I think I need an outside opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I've just thought about another one.
Yeah,
But
mine's actually from a club that's not doing so well. Mine's Iongi.
Okay.
Iongi.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Iongi
okay.
from the Eels.
Okay.
Mainly because he started at fullback this year. He's held the spot. And I don't think he hasn't been fantastic. You know, he hasn't been great. He hasn't set the world alight. But I think when it comes to rookies this year, he's been pretty good. And he comes from that Penrith system. Imagine how much better he'll be once Riles fully gets in and starts getting this team where they need to be.
Moses stays in there.
Yeah,
He doesn't
exactly.
do much wrong as well.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
right.
like that's a very Penrith sort of thing that he's
Yeah.
brought to Parramatta.
Yeah. So far,
It's a
he's my
fair-
rookie.
So he's a rookie over the over the others. If you
Yeah.
could bet on it, that would be your
And that,
rookie.
I suppose you're sort
Okay.
of looking into the future as well because we have
Exactly.
to sort of see,
Okay.
the next 12 rounds, what's going to happen.
So
Yeah.
do we know? Have we clarified if it's the highest on the ladder? On the Dally M leaderboard in that position, or is it just a random choice?
I think they
of
just pick
the
someone who they
best?
think
I
is the
think-
best
I'm trying to
rookie of
work
the year.
out-
Because
still, even for
a
the
couple of
Dally M
years ago, they
positions.
picked Dream Buller. And obviously the Tigers got the spoon.
That's right.
And he was rookie of the
Sorry,
year.
I'm just thinking on the Dally M.
Yeah.
On Dally M
Well,
leaderboard.
he wouldn't have been, I don't think Buller would have been that high when he won
No,
it.
you're right.
No,
Yeah,
so
you're right.
he would have
okay.
been low.
Yeah.
Well, someone I just thought about then, Robert Toyer.
Yeah, great shout.
A
He's
lot of
playing-
injuries as
already
well.
playing rep for
Mate,
you as well.
seriously,
Yeah.
no, I didn't even written down, but
You know
I'll
who
bring up-
classifies as one? I mean, he's a bit old now,
Yeah,
but
go.
Mark Nwangani-Tawaze.
that's one that we have on
That's
the
one
list.
that we have
Marky
in-
But
Mark.
is he too old to count as a
Nah.
rookie?
No,
you don't reckon?
Nah.
Never
What,
old
isn't
en-
he like 23?
I
Nah,
think he's like
he's
26.
26. I think he's
yeah.
26.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's old.
Good-looking lad,
He's
just
played
saying.
sevens and isn't
He played for the
played
Warriors. He
Aussies.
played for the Wallabies for about 8 years. So
That's a long career in
Yeah,
rugby
So
before
good.
coming.
They said every sport he's played at the highest level.
I think
Yeah.
that makes it a little bit more impressive. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
And that does.
100%.
But
I think
also,
it adds to the rookie of the
love
year.
him.
the
He's
Mark
my favourite
Nwangani-Tawaze is
player.
a
Oh,
great
yeah.
shout. Also, hamstrings, hot tamale.
Yeah,
Sabelio
Ooh,
tamale.
that's my
yes.
pick. That's
Yeah.
my pick. Unfortunately, has gone down with a lower leg. I don't know
10 to
exactly what it
12
was.
weeks. 10 to 12.
I've
rules
got
him
him
out.
in a different category. I've got him in buy of the year.
By the year,
he
yeah,
comes
okay.
from the Dragons.
From the Dragons, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would
So-
still qualify for rookie?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, would
He
100%.
would,
qualify.
but now at 10 to 12 weeks out, it's done. It's
Has he
Marky
done
Mark
enough?
versus
Has he
Toyer.
done enough up until now? Probably not.
Yeah, it's
Probably
Iongi,
not.
Marky
Yeah.
Mark,
He
and
was
I like
leading-
his shout of Toya, actually.
He was leading the line breaks, Tamale.
And
Yes.
tackle breaks.
Yeah, and tackle breaks. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive. And he's not
Yeah.
really scoring that many tries.
Mate, he just pulls something out of nothing when the
Yeah.
Raiders need
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
he can just pull it out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I
He
love
did it
him.
against didn't he do it to Hudson Young? Was that last week? Having 4 players on him, flicking it back inside.
Back inside to
Yeah.
somehow just
for
find him,
anytime.
yeah.
If you've got it, shout
Yes.
out to any of the betting companies we're
hated
associated
it.
with here. But okay, yeah, exactly. Whoever you're against in the betting
There you
companies,
go.
I
Hudson
said,
Young
this is
anytime.
fantastic defense. Oh, he scored.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, exactly. It's so
But
hard, isn't it?
Give me some of your guys, your list that you got for our rookies. Or that was all of them.
That was
wasn't
it.
That was all of them.
perfect.
That's
Our
it
main
for
two
now.
are Mark Nwangani-Tawaze and
Yeah,
Sabelio
nice.
Tamale.
I like it.
They're the two.
Tamales, I think, was more my shout.
I think
Yeah.
we're going to have to blacklist or shortlist. I keep saying that. We have to shortlist the Toya, Iongi, Marky Mark now, I think, are the clear runners. There's going to be
100%.
someone we're missing. They're going to be yelling at the screen.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Or yelling at the radio. But
You dickheads.
yeah.
Yeah, we're really sorry if we've missed anybody. Boys, best buy currently.
Adrian.
There, I'm biased as anything, and it's actually not a Bulldog, mate. It's a Warrior. Aaron Clark.
Oh, I like it.
Aaron Clark.
Huge shout.
If
That's
they go
great.
close to, like, if they stay top 4, I don't know if they take it really in finals into contention. If they take that,
Yeah.
If they do though, Aaron Clark wins it.
He's got
by
to be,
nearly a country mile for us.
If he was eligible for Queensland, they would have picked him yesterday, mate. I guarantee
that's
you.
right.
He would have been first on that fucking list.
He nearly would have captained that side.
Genuinely.
He's so good.
Genuinely.
Terrell May
Yeah.
for me.
Terrell May.
Terrell May. He's been fantastic at the Tigers. I know he's probably not going to play Origin, and unfortunately he's done that to himself.
Yep.
But he has been the best front rower by far this season. I know Payne Haas has been really good. I think they're both pretty neck and neck.
Neck and neck, yeah.
But Terrell May, for me, like, a lot happened at the Roosters, and I sort of know a bit of what happened.
Yeah, we can talk about that off camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to share on a pod. But he's a massive loss for us. Like, we miss him so much.
Better than Barnett.
Well, Barnett now as well,
Obviously Barnett
ACL.
out,
So he
but
probably
better
going to
than
get it
Barnett
anyway.
so far.
I personally, I think
Really?
so. I think Terrell has been so good. The motor on the kid.
Yeah, I know.
The motor on him. He plays 70 odd minutes most weeks.
Yeah.
He gets angry if Benji takes him off.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to play 80.
Yeah.
He tackles well. The only thing he doesn't have is probably the aggression. The aggression of like a Payne Haas when he
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
Do you
Payne
think-
Haas gets through the line easily. Terrell doesn't have that.
Do you think that comes down to the minutes that he plays though? Like if you
Yeah,
let's
it
say
could
you put
be.
him on that New South Wales bench instead of Tukamanu, do you think that he can bring that aggression? Like imagine
Yeah, I
a
don't.
1-2 punch of Lenu and May
He might
as
have
a
to lose
double
bit of
injection.
size. Might have to lose a bit of size. I feel
Yeah.
like he was
I
a
think
lot
it's
smaller
there.
last
I think it's
year.
there. Look at his attitude, his persona.
Yeah.
He can do that, I think.
Yeah.
I think if he
I think
needs
it's
to
just-
do that, and I think he knows he needs to be more reserved with the minutes
Yeah.
he's playing.
It's just what he needs
But
to do for the Tigers.
He's definitely my buy. Of course, Jerome Luai has been a big one. Taruva,
Yeah.
a couple of those Tiger boys. Jack Williams, another one for me. At the Eels.
love Jack
huge.
Williams.
Jack
yeah.
Williams.
Huge.
Yeah.
And like what he brings, just his leadership capabilities. And when he got injured, I was so devastated because I had him in Supercoach and Fantasy as a bit
Yeah,
of a pod.
nice. Yeah.
And he was going so well. And I said, this is going great with Williams. Gets injured. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
There's 6 to 8 weeks gone.
If you jumped
But-
on the last 3 weeks, you'd be cheering, mate. I tell you,
I didn't get
sneaky
back on,
one
but
there.
no, he's been really good. You got one for us as well, Hayden? Or
The
just
best,
Aaron Clark?
Aaron Clark. That's
Yeah.
all the only one I
Has
had
to be,
written down.
right?
There's not much else. I just thought I was hoping you'd bring up a few that I'd be able to agree with. But Aaron Clark, just with Adrian, that's
Well, you
our
got
boy.
Aaron, you got Terrell.
Ben Hunt
Yeah.
started well.
He
Started the
did.
season well before his injury. I think it was what the Broncos needed at the time, bringing his experience. So I think he's a good shout for best buy. Maybe not now, as he
Yeah.
hasn't played for a while.
It
But
is tough.
yeah, but no, there's definitely a few there. A rookie we missed who I want to give a shout out to. He's injured now, but Dylan Egan from
Yes.
St George.
Absolutely
He was
would have been up there.
carving up before
was
he
an
got
absolute
injured.
machine.
Yeah.
He was a machine, and I think if he had have had a full year,
He would have been close to rookie.
Oh,
and
He'd probably be in the. He would have
He'd
been in
be
the
best
Origin
buy
3
rookie.
squad, I reckon. Just in the
he'd
squad.
be in calculations for
Yeah.
sure.
bring him on.
I think just in the
Okay.
extended, why not?
I
Why
love
not?
it. Boys, Dally M leaderboard's gone behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Lukey Metcalf was up there. Will Kennedy led for a long time.
Long time.
Long time this year. Lukey Metcalf, James Tedesco's in there as well. Who do you think takes it out?
The third guy you just said, James Tedesco.
Yeah, I agree.
I just think you need to look at a player who doesn't have a lot of superstars around him. Like I said before, with the Joe Manu leaving, Swaliti, the
Yep.
way he's been playing, Sam Walker just back could be taking points off every week.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
all the
that's-
young boys in there, I just think you don't really have a lot of flash players around. Teddy just leads the pack.
If they're going to do well, it's going to
Yeah.
come off Teddy.
Another sniff, a couple for a sniff, Pappy and Gutho.
Ooh, I
I
like
know
it.
Pappy's got a few guys around him, but he's just a superstar. Gutho, same thing. Him and
Jerome
Valentine
Hughes do
Holmes.
the double.
I think he's too far behind at the moment.
Yeah.
Even though with the
Yeah.
new point
I agree.
scoring.
He said on his podcast last week, before he definitely got to 6 this week or last weekend, yeah, he wasn't even in top 20. So
Yeah,
I know
wow.
you can come back with the 6 points each one, but Jerome Hughes, I think,
Do you
is too
think
far.
6 is a lot to the Dally M now?
I don't like it. I like
Yeah.
the 3-2-1.
Yeah, I like
Pick
the
3-2-1. 3 from a
Easier.
game and that's it.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. We do the Harry M's.
Yeah.
We
like
do
that.
3-2-1. So,
Love that.
Yeah.
I literally, I told Hayden, I'm like,
Harry
we need to do our own version
You
of that
do,
because
you
I
do.
froth that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, get into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dally M's for better, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, James Tedesco, great shout. I mean, he was one off winning it last year. Roosters
Yeah.
finished third with the superstars.
And he was never playing as good as this.
That's right, exactly.
He's playing way better this
Exactly, yeah. So, yeah, he's a good shout. Luke Metcalf, he's got to be around there at the end of the
Yeah.
season.
They
I
have
think
a really good
form is in.
draw coming up as well.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think he's gonna, if he can cash in on the next say 6 to 8 weeks, I think he'll be really hard to
if they keep winning and he keeps goal kicking,
Yeah.
he's going to be there because
Yeah.
he's
won't
the
be
main
chased
man.
down.
He's the
Yeah.
halfback at the moment. So a lot of stuff's going through him.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Dally M behind closed doors at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Boys, last thing before we do start to finish up, where will teams finish based on the run home? Now, really interesting one. Obviously, I spoke about the Raiders. They got a fantastic run home.
Yeah.
I think they play like Titans Knights in that run home. Like it's pretty. They only play 10 games. They have 3 buys.
With
There's
their
13
3
games left. 3 buys. They have 10 games left. That's it. So they've got a fantastic run home. So I think they finish around that top 4 spot. Is there anyone in that top 4 at the moment that you think may drop out based on the run home?
No.
No. The top
your
4
thoughts?
stays.
I'm gonna drop the Storm.
Yeah. Wow. Big.
To what position?
Yeah.
5th.
Okay.
I think they'll go to 5th.
So we're not going out of the 8th.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
It's
still
not
going
going
out
to
of the
change
4.
that much, but
Okay,
I think
cool.
they're going to end up 5th, mate.
And on the other side, who do you think will get there from who's outside the 8 at the moment?
The Cowboys.
Cows?
Oh, from outside of the 8?
From outside the 8, yeah.
Yes. It's
Mate, I have your Roosters
Yep.
at 8th spot for me.
Nice.
Coming from 10th at the moment. I think it's still 10th?
Still 10th.
Still
yep.
10th.
After the bye, yep.
Yeah,
But
I think they'll get that 8th
we're
spot,
moving
mate.
into the 8.
who you got?
Knights.
Oh,
You should.
Yeah. Should.
Yeah.
Be
You
Walker
realistically
back,
should.
Butcher back, White back.
Yeah. Huge in.
Yeah, that's
Origin
Huge
boys
ins.
out. That doesn't
gonna
matter.
be
We put
good.
40 on the Sharks with them out. So
Teddy
Yeah, we just got
flying.
3 middles back, so that's
Teddy
pretty good.
flying, Marky Mark.
yeah. Oh, and Dom
Toyer
Young.
out. Toyer out might be a
Dom
huge
Young's
loss.
playing in this game against
no.
Newcastle, and then he'll be at Newcastle
Yeah, next
the
Is that
week,
next round.
yeah.
confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
Yeah,
sure if
done.
it was.
Confirmed. So
Good. I mean,
he's
it's good
playing
for
round
Newcastle,
15,
I
and
think.
then he'll be at Newcastle round 16.
So he'll get pumped and then he'll get pumped again.
Yeah.
exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah, Hayden, do you have one outside that you think could squeeze into the 8?
I'm going to go to Parramatta Eels.
Oh wow!
I'm
From 16th.
You've seen the difference. What is it like? What have we got here? We don't have
They
the points
have-
down, but
they'll
I
be
think
on
it's
10
4
points.
points. I think it's 4 points between last place and 8th.
I thought you might have said Penrith.
No,
No?
I hate Penrith. I hate
Joey, are Penrith done?
This is really hard. Like a couple of weeks ago,
Come on, make a call.
A couple of weeks
Don't
ago, I
sit on
said
the
yes.
fence.
I don't think so.
You
I
don't think so?
No.
They're not done?
Couple of weeks ago, I thought they were. They've won 2 in a row, and they haven't looked that bad these past 2 games. I thought the Eels game was one of their best. I actually, after that game, I said, I hate to say this, but I think Penrith are back. I really did.
Yeah, okay.
Tigers were good,
Yes,
but
exactly
they
right.
had to be.
Yeah.
Luai was always going to
Correct.
come out and play well.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the bye this week.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a team that can do it, it's Penrith. As much as
Yeah.
I hate to say it,
Yeah.
if there's a team that can come from the bottom and make it into the 8, it's Penrith.
See, I just think I look at that. I look at the way that the ladder is at the moment, and I can only see one team coming out
Yeah.
from the bottom 8 into the top 8. I think it's out of your Roosters and Penrith. And
Yeah.
I've gone the Roosters.
Yeah.
So-
I think
yeah.
we've really flown under the radar. Like a lot of people had us finishing a lot lower this season, and I think we've actually we matched the Raiders, we lost by 2 points. We matched the Dogs, we lost by 1 try.
Yeah.
Both in the last 5 minutes, you know. So a lot of our games this year, I saw a stat the other day, our record would be 10-2 if we finished games off this year. We'd have 10 wins and 2 losses.
Apart from the round 1 where you lost by 50.
yeah,
but-
apart from that, but we've lost
but
6 games.
Considering you've lost JWH, Keary, and you got Walker back, you lost Brandon Smith mid-season. You didn't get to
Yeah.
play him at all.
Yeah.
You
And then
guys
you have the young boys, Yoelu,
Yeah.
Losalu,
I'm excited now.
Steep,
I'm
King,
excited.
like
Sitting
all
at
those
10th,
guys. Yeah,
adding Sam Walker.
Steve will be future captain of that club.
yeah,
And,
love that.
and New South Wales captain as well.
Does it give
Love
you
that.
Boyd Cordner vibes?
He does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bumpkin.
100%.
Mr.
Yeah, he's
Bummy.
got the same
Yeah,
thing.
Bumpkin,
got the bump
same
shit.
thing.
But yeah, I think a couple of teams there. Some outside the 8, hard. I said Dolphins, but obviously they're in
Yeah,
the
They're
8
in the
now.
7th, yeah.
Manly are an interesting one. Manly,
Too inconsistent for me.
yeah, they're a good team, but yeah, they just have patches, and they're very, very inconsistent, and we love that word on this pod, consistency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really about it. But look, I just want to thank you guys for coming out. It's nice to finally meet in the flesh, not just online. But of course, you can check out Bump Out Podcast on all your social media, and of course YouTube as well, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check them out; they are fantastic. You got a couple of shows going at your Supercoach and your weekly show as well. Is
Yes,
that right?
NRL Weekly Show.
Yep.
And we actually have a giveaway if you want to win a
Oh, exciting!
Caxton Street Brewing Co. They're doing a watch party for Origin 2 and 3. So we're giving away 2 double passes.
2.
So if you want to go up there, I mean, you can fly up if you
Feel
want
free,
to,
or if you
and
live
we
there.
may rig it for you. Oh, we're not. We
No,
wouldn't
definitely
say
not.
that. We actually wouldn't say
Definitely not.
that.
For the right price. For the right
But
price.
you get unlimited wings, tap and packaged beer, house wines,
Wow.
Heaps of stuff
non-alcoholic
happening
beverages
there.
for me.
Heaps of stuff happening.
If you want
just don't look at the two heads of the Queenslanders.
Yeah,
No, just
exactly.
don't. No, exactly
Well,
right.
it does get a bit distracting, but you'll be fine.
Adrian has to look at it every week,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he's used to it.
No, good
mate.
shout out, boys. Very nice. Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors, of course, your regulars, Gibson's Country Style Jerky, At Print, Koala Mowers, League Lids, and of course, Limitless Finance, our newest sponsor as well. So check them out on our social media. You can find us at all the same places. Until next time, that's Hayden, that's Adrian, I'm Joey. Be good.